Welcome to the show, Outlier Show. The show that captures the people who are living in outskirt of human potential, doing something extraordinary, bringing opportunities to the limelight and capitalizing those opportunities, giving them steps of the ladder to the success. And you know what? Today I have the personality of someone who actually is very special. And you know why? Because the biggest fear in the world is speaking in public. Yes. And I have someone who is bringing in people on the stage and having that opportunity to get out of the fear and make the best of it. That person is Rina Rovinelli. Did I pronounce it right?
You did. You did a great job. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Rina, for joining us here today. And folks, before I want to really introduce anything, I wanted to capitalize on one of that Malcolm Gladwell quotation. It says, "Transformation isn't about improving; it's about rethinking." And this fits really well with Rina's personality because she's the person who actually is the co-founder of Speaker Slam. She's the top 25 woman of influence of 2019. Her competition is so amazing and so mesmerizing in a globally that had bring in over 315 million views so far. And I don't know, I don't have the count of the speaker, the people who were put on stage to share their mission, vision, values, and their emotions. And some are very, very creative. And most importantly, Rina is actually a speaker coach. She helps people in order to speak, in order to get their point across. And today I'm going to ask all about her opportunity, her being an outlier, and share with us your success, your secret of success. So welcome, Rina, again to the Outlier Show.
Thank you so. Thank you so much. It's exciting to be here.
Oh,
Enthusiasm and passion already.
awesome. It actually, I'm really excited. And beside the show, I'm really excited to talk to you in person because I know I've seen you in big crowds and you've been, managing and with Dan Shake, you guys like all hustling and bustling. And today, me and you one-on-one, it's amazing. So my first question to all my guests is, how do you describe yourself as an outlier?
So I think of myself as an outlier in the sense that in a world that's essentially mediocre most of the time, the importance is to just be innovative and creative. And that's how you stand out. So I always come from that point of what can I create? What can I innovate? What can I make exciting? And then I take action and I build momentum. And I've had several businesses, and this is always the formula, and it always comes from starting from a point of innovation because that's how you're going to stand out and make an impact and make a difference.
Wow. You said a mediocrity, and actually this is one quotation I live by, that escape mediocrity to achieve excellence. It is something amazing. So Rina, everybody want to know the secret sauce behind the success. In my opinion, and we talk about Malcolm Gladwell, he concentrated on the word opportunity. If I may ask you, what was your first opportunity?
Well, I've had a lot of opportunities in my life, but I will talk more about my most recent opportunity, which is probably 3 or 4 years ago when we started Speaker Slam. And the interesting thing about that opportunity is that we had the idea, we came up with the creative, innovative idea to start something where there was a need for it, there was nothing similar. And the opportunity really came from putting our passion out there. And everybody that we connected with bought into our vision because we sold it from such a place of passion. So we ended up getting this great venue in downtown Toronto who let us come there for free to run our events. We had some amazing judges. We got Farley Flex from Canadian Idol. We had a lot of important speakers and professionals that were willing to come and donate their time to be judges. We had speakers that bought into the vision and showed up to actually speak. We had full houses from the day we opened. So I think our passion caught fire from the very beginning, and everybody bought into it. And so it just from the day we started, it's just taken off. We've never looked back.
Wow. And I'm sure this was not an overnight success, but maybe perhaps you wanted to share with us. Okay, as soon as you come up with this, yes, there should be a platform where speakers can come in, and there's judges, and there's a whole slew of things happening that can inspire and move people in the right direction. What would be the first thing you did when you came up with this idea? Okay, there should be a platform.
I think for us, we wanted to just keep building the community. We knew that there was power in having this community. And as we kept bringing people in, um, I think we saw that it was meeting a really powerful need. And so originally we were going to have a speaking competition, and it quickly shifted to becoming an inspirational speaking competition because we saw the need that people had to be inspired. And when they heard their message and it was so powerful and inspiring, everyone in the room was filled with love and energy. And then they went home and they wanted to come back and compete and bring people. So I think just capitalizing on that love and energy and keep building and just building the community, because once we had the power of the community, we knew that there was so much more that we could do with our platform.
Absolutely. And I witnessed that is happening. That is happening. When you were describing, and when you were discussing this, the kind of baby steps in there, were you thinking 3 4 years back then that this is going to be a life-changing opportunity, change in direction for you and a lot of people around you?
Probably not when I first started, like certainly not for my partner who kind of thought this was going to be a hobby. I knew that it could be something big and I was really excited about it. As we were continuing on for the first year or two, it was just growing nicely, but we had this pivotal moment when one of the online giants, Goalcast, reached out to us and wanted to highlight one of our videos. And they put up a video by a woman named Gina Hatsis. She had been on our stage. She had won with the Too Much Woman. And that video has gone viral with like 40 million views. And we knew in that moment that our business would never be the same. Instantly, we knew that we had the ability to get such a powerful reach for our speakers. And as you mentioned, we're over 315 million views now, but that exposure and that potential to make impact was the light that was shone on our business that really sort of helped elevate us and really contribute to our success.
So I remember that exactly, that post, that first time that video went viral, and I was looking at your social media post. You were like jumping with all the excitement, and I can feel that energy. And I'm sure that the whole tribe, the Speaker Slam tribe, felt the same kind of energy, right?
I'll never forget, we had a meeting with Goalcast and they told us they were going to take our video, and we were trying to play it cool and calm. And when we got off, we were jumping up and down because we knew what this could mean. In fact, our next speaker, Tracy, went viral with 60 million views. And so that was just such amazing exposure for us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, it came more at a cost. The whole idea coming together and bringing people in there, there would be a lot of steps in there. And I'm sure we can all discuss all day long. But how did it open door for you? I mean, you just mentioned it was started as a hobby. You came with this idea. How many doors did it open? It opened doors with friendship, relationship, business, financial, social, a lot of opportunity. And now you are the top 25 women of influence in 2019. So I know there's a lot of it. So help our audience understand how one opportunity led to so many new relationships.
Sure. So I think whenever you start and your business starts to grow, there becomes opportunities within the business. So all of a sudden we had an opportunity to coach our speakers. We offered video services to our speakers. We were able to create our emerging speaker program to help train speakers, because very quickly we learned what was needed to go viral. So we were able to create programs around that. So a lot of these different components came into play to elevate our business. But I think the most important thing that happened was that as we were able to shine a light on so many people, it just built relationships. And the more you're able to contribute to someone else's success, the more valuable you become. And so, as we were helping other people gain success, they were becoming loyal to us. And there came a point where we realized we have built this incredible network of people who support us, who will help promote us, who will sponsor us, who will come out and be judges, and who will contribute to our success. So that was probably the biggest gain from everything.
And I love the fact you mentioned the relationship, because we all kind of, as a human people, we're really looking for a relationship. And if you started creating that relationship, you are kind of making that lifelong relationship that will continue to build. Would you know that how many people, how many speakers gone through those Speaker Slam stages?
Sure, we probably had at least 300, I would say.
Okay.
We've also done a youth slam with the kids. I've also done a program with Platform where we had some homeless youth that we were coaching and training come through on our stage and perform. So we probably had over 300 people take the stage.
300 people. So there's a speaker slam, there's a emerging speaker program, and there's a youth program. If I'm missing anything,
Yes, that's right. Yep, that's right.
and you have done some special programs too. I know you just did on Black Lives Matter, but you have done special shows in between too, where people kind of have shared their own personal feeling and relationship with. I mean, I remember one of them on the Valentine's Day, something with the Valentine, with the love.
Yes, we've always tried to highlight what was going on topically at the moment. I think we're really proud of the event we had last night, which was called Amplifying Black Voices. And there was, I think for Dan and I, my partner, we're really committed to highlighting diverse voices as well. So it's been such a turbulent time right now, and we really wanted to give the stage to our speakers, our Black speakers, to come back and to share their voice. And so it was such a magical night. We were able to put that together in a week, and we had, over 200 people watching that last night. So it just feels fulfilling to be able to continually give that stage and that platform to people who need to be heard.
Beautiful, beautiful. Rina, I must say, you are actually changing life. At least the 300 people who actually came, took the courage to stand in front of the people and deliver that speech, their message with them. Do you think you are actually giving them opportunities to share their message, share their vision, share their talk with the people around the world, and it has progressed them to do better?
Oh my gosh. So there's a couple different layers of that. So when our speakers go viral, all of a sudden they have millions of views, and every day they get messages back that say, "You changed my life. Because of you, I didn't hurt myself last night," or "Because of you, I understood this about myself." Like, so they're making impact on that level. And then on a secondary level, they are now getting opportunities. Like, we've had speakers that have gone on global news, have become paid speakers, gotten TEDx talks, gone on to create speaking businesses, or launch their own platforms and use their videos to sort of leverage that and to market themselves. So it's been amazing to just see the opportunity that's come from them just standing on our stage, in our seemingly small competition, and it's just amplified their success and just completely changed the trajectory of their lives. Like, that is the most fulfilling part of our business.
Wow, wow. And this is amazing that a successful person is actually finding gratification in others people's success. And I think that's the highest level of human maturity, to get to that level, understanding how other people being successful. This is Rina Rovinelli with us, co-founder of Speaker Slam. You are talking on our Outlier show, and we have a lot more to reveal, but we're going to take a short break, and we'll come back and we'll ask her a little bit more details, what she is coming up with, the new ideas in 2020. And although we already is kind of a stuck in COVID-19 world where we have to stay behind within our isolation, but there's a lot more at Speaker Slam. So stay tuned at Outlier Show. We'll be right back. Outlier Show. This is your host, Rizwan Rashid, because we are bringing outliers who are making a difference in their lives, and they are actually sharing their struggle to success, and in between, how they capitalize on the opportunities they came across.
I want you not only watch this show, but also come on this show because, as Malcolm Gladwell say, the key to good decision making is not knowledge, it is understanding. And with you being the professional and successful entrepreneur, the world needs to hear you came across and actually capitalize on it. Please connect with me because I want you to be on this show sharing your opportunities and your success so you can get benefit for your business and other people can learn from your understanding. Outlier Show. Come connect with.
Welcome back, the Outlier Show, and we have Rina Rovinelli, co-founder of Speaker Slam, changing lives of the people around the world with millions of views and the people on the stage finding their new meaning, new vision, new way of living their life purposefully. Rina, thank you so much for sharing with some of that content you have, in terms of how you changed your life and people life, and that really comes to me. One of the biggest thing is, are you really putting yourself in front of more opportunities?
I definitely am very strategic about the opportunities that I take. And part of that is that I always feel that if I'm overexposed, I'm diluting myself. So I wait for things that are completely in alignment with me. So, for example, a friend of mine runs the Top 10 event. It's a very powerful speaking event, and I knew that was something that I wanted to do. So I got on that stage. There's opportunities to speak and run programs or courses that are completely in alignment with what I do, and I take those opportunities. So I wait for them to come to me, and I think what perfectly fits with my brand and what's in alignment with who I am. I'm not one to take every single opportunity. I certainly don't do very many interviews or podcasts. I just try and keep myself very specifically on track to what is in alignment with who I am.
So, folks, if you really pick up the golden nugget within it, it is truly to finding your true identity and connecting those opportunities. So yes, there are a lot of opportunities, a lot of things to be done, but it has to be resonate what you're really looking to do. What is your mission and how do you accomplish? That's a part in being most successful, is to keeping that your path clear, because the blocks can be your roadblocks at times.
Also, really, anything you do in life takes away from your current business. So that's why some people think any publicity is good publicity. But I always feel that if it's going to be taking me away from the hard work of Speaker Slam and what I'm really committed and passionate to doing, then it better be something that really benefits me and really helps build my brand or helps propel me forward. So that's why I'm so strategic about that.
Okay, great. I think a great insight in this. So before we're gonna jump into a little bit more in Speaker Slam and ask Rina more, maybe I'm gonna ask this question. In your opinion, what are the essential part in terms of going towards success, beside opportunity or capitalizing on opportunity? Some people talk about action, some people say tenacity, some people say consistency. What do you find the most essential ingredients in order for success?
So I'm nervous to use this word because it's so trending right now. But the key to success in my mind is pivoting. And I think people get into a business and they hold on to what they're doing and it becomes their baby and they can't let go. And my attitude has always been pivot, pivot, pivot. So every time you're doing something that's not exactly hitting and you're not exactly it's not smooth sailing, it's time to make a little shift. Let's try this, let's try that, let's do this. And as you keep pivoting, you hit the gold. And if you just hang on for dear life to what you're comfortable with, you never really get there. So long before it became trendy, really my purpose, my passion was to pivot.
Very, very interesting point, because you don't hear this actually. You said trending. Yes, it is trending in the world, but it actually how people have been out and saying around that too. So now let's, with the COVID-19, we're all kind of a self-isolation, social distance and all that happening. What is Speaker Slam is up to these days?
So we're very fortunate that this has allowed us to sort of grow our business in a certain way because we were really comfortable doing events at the Lulu Lounge on stage. We're really comfortable running our in-person programs. We're really into human connection, so we loved that and we were comfortable there. And now with COVID-19, we've been forced to sort of expand online, but that's allowed us to run the first global online competition. We had 90 people sign up. We've started running our emerging speaker program online. We've launched our viral storytelling and personal brand builder course online. We're doing coaching online. And what I love about all of that is that it has been so seamless. Like it's just flowed. It's been a natural fit. People have embraced it. And I know that when we get back into real life and we're back on, in the classroom and on the stage, we've now created that secondary stream of income that's going to be running smoothly for us. So in a weird way, it hasn't hindered us at all.
Wow. So that's a true entrepreneur right behind it, right? Nothing could stop you. There's a new way of doing it. We shifted, and that's the exact word I'm going to use, a pivot, and then figure out another way towards success. So you are doing all this online, but you also have this part in this non-profit organization where you're helping people. So let's talk about that, because I think a lot of people want to hear your extracurricular activities, not towards business, but you're doing something else too.
I've always had a passion about speaking and empowering people who were struggling in life to claim their voice. I always felt like it was the foundation for success. And I noticed this because I was in Toastmasters and I watched people come in, and many of these people were professionals or they had corporate jobs, and they were struggling so bad. They were like wallflowers sitting quietly at the back of their room. And after a couple weeks of being forced to speak and get in front of the room, they started to blossom. And I thought, wow, if this could happen for them, what would happen if I went to a group of people? And in this situation, I've been working with homeless youth at Eva's Place. And also, we're about to start a program at the YWCA for marginalized women. What would happen if they were empowered and got to step into the light, and they got to share their voice, and they got to reframe their narrative? How could they blossom? So I've been
Wow.
passionate about that. We had our first program at Eva's, and we had some of the youth come forward at our Christmas party for emerging speakers, and they got on stage. I just wanted to cry. It was so powerful to see these youth who were living in a shelter, like loudly, powerfully sharing their voice. And at the end, everyone in the room was hugging them and giving them congratulations and offering to help.
Ah.
Watching that transformation in like that one instant, like imagine multiplying that, what that could do to someone's entire life. So that's very fulfilling to me.
Well, Rina, I'm having goosebumps because I actually feeling that the power of a transformation and the fulfillment of it. Being in 25 years in financial world, I transformed myself in coaching and training because of that fulfillment, gratification, because I was very successful in there. But when I started helping mentoring and coaching one financial advisor, and the way he described it, it changes their life, I said, wow, this is exactly what I was living for. This is what really I should seek for. So I changed and transformed myself in order for that feeling. And I can really correlate to that exact feeling. My God, you're doing awesome.
We have like this thing in our lives where we're trying to have our basic needs met, like our rent and our groceries and our car. And then we get to the next point where we want business success and we start to achieve that. But there is nothing that's comparable to that level of like personal fulfillment when you're actually living your legacy, when you're making impact. It makes everything worth it. And I think what you're talking about right there, like when you actually have someone call you and say, you transformed my life, like that is a shiver inducing moment. Like there's nothing
Oh,
than that.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that, and kudos to you. I think that's a most fulfillment in your life. So in Speaker Slam, the coaching program, what people will get out of it when like a novice like me who don't know how to speak, how do they do that? What they're going to achieve? What kind of a run they will get?
So I would like to think that the people in our program, they love our program because we're not a traditional speaking class in the sense that we're not going to teach you necessarily how to stand and speak and project your voice. What we work on is something very specific to us, which we call inspirational speaking. So you know how you have corporate talks and you have TEDx and you have motivational speakers like Anthony Robbins?
Yeah.
Well, Slam really focuses on inspirational speaking, and that is telling a powerful personal story and then coming out with a universal lesson that impacts the crowd. And when you share from a vulnerable place, and you, instead of teaching and preaching, and you just allow your story to transform the room, you are so powerful. So like, I am so proud of my speakers, and like, I'll see them in other venues where they're speaking compared to other people, and they just shine because they come from a very humble place, and they know how to be vulnerable and impact the audience. So that's what we really focus on in our program. We also have an inspired life track so that they aren't just uh, learning to speak, but they are walking the walk. So there's all kinds of things that they're doing by getting involved with charity events. They're sharing their messages in blogs, and they're giving testimonials for other people. Like, they're trying to contribute to their lives to have a more inspired life as well.
All right. So, folks, if you are kind of nervous getting in front of people, getting in front of camera and doing anything, and you have the nervousness, you're not alone. There are a lot of people in there, but there's the help. Rina is ready to help you. Rina, do they or should they go to Speaker Slam website, or do you have any other website for that?
Yeah, we have an emerging speakers website, but if you go to speakerslam.ca, you can find out about our events, competing with us. You can find out about our training programs. So that's a really great place to start.
All right, awesome. Well, folks, if you really wanted to know, and I love the fact that motivation versus inspiration. Motivation is inside you. It's intrinsic motivation, what is going to inspire you. You just need a little hint of inspiration from someone else that might be living in those shoes and that you can connect with. And Rina, you are doing an amazing job with connecting with these people. We are coming to the end of the show. Rina, I wanted to, what inspirational message you would like to share with our audience tonight at the Outlier show?
I think my best business advice I want to give is that I think a lot of people are frozen or paralyzed in the beginning, wanting to be perfect when they launch. And that success is not in the launch. Success is in the momentum. And momentum comes from putting one step ahead of the next step and having small successes. So don't get caught up in having the perfect website or the perfect business plan or strategizing for months and years. Start and put small successes on top of each other. The success is in the momentum.
Wow. I think nothing better than that, just do it. Don't just wait for the perfect moment that is not coming to you. Rina Rovinelli, co-founder of Speaker Slam, sharing with you her life of success as a speaker coach, as a co-founder of Speaker Slam, where she actually inspired 300 people to come on the stage and help 315 million of people watch and get inspired all across the world. She is one of the global sensation, in my opinion, and with the heart right next to here in Toronto. And where if you haven't seen that, and I'm sure as soon as that COVID-19, that things coming down, you better be at the Speaker Slam. Speakerslam.ca to start with, to connect with her if you really want to have the real meaning of your speak, of your conversation coming out and helping other people to inspire. Rina, it was a pleasure and an honor to have you on my show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was great.
Awesome.